All right, good morning, good afternoon, good night, I guess, for wherever you are. I've been trying to figure out best ways to make this app fun and interactive and to keep you guys coming to the app daily. And it just requires me to do more work. It requires me to be involved in this actual app to where you're learning whether you're watching videos, you're learning whether you're watching some concepts, some training tips, things like that. But this, I think, is another way for me to be able to educate just by simply having you listen. And of course, at the moment, I don't have anyone to talk with. Right now, I'm just rambling, talking to this app, but it's a great way for you, the athlete or the coach or the mentor, to be able to hear this, I guess, podcast and learn and move forward, whether you're on the road or sitting in a classroom setting or whatever it is. So here we go. This first podcast, I'll call it podcast, is basically just concepts and ideas. And this is going to cover the concept of attitude. I have a lot of kids that email me and they say, hey, I'm this many years old and I jumped this far. Is that good? Or can I get this far in my jumps? Or can I run this fast? And my answer is always yes. Yes, it's always possible. Now, of course, if we be hardcore realistic, then you could say, well, if you're 2 feet tall, the possibility for realizing a goal of being the world champion in the 100-meter dash would be kind of challenging. However, the reality is kind of shifted because it's the reality of the Olympic Games 100. What if there is a new Olympic race and it's the short man race? Well, then you might be the fastest. So we can't put our own reality onto your specific goals other than it's possible. Now you have to create your own reality to make that possible. Now, this specific topic isn't about reality, it's about attitude. And your attitude literally tells the story of what you are going to experience. Now, every person's attitude is different. However, you have to control your own thoughts, control your own attitude, and that's going to control your own experiences. So, let's define attitude. I looked it up a couple of days ago, and it's basically just simply the way that you think and the way you perceive things. Now, if you are a happy person, then you're making the conscious choice to remain happy, whether it's adversity or happiness, good or bad or indifferent. You're the one who chooses to be happy. That is your choice and the place and the state of consciousness that you live within. That's your attitude. So when you show up to practice and you're going through a hard workout and you decide to yourself, this workout's hard, you've shifted your attitude to being in the negative. So now when you run, you're in the negative and you're not living these specific happy days out. The workout becomes that much harder simply because of your attitude. Now, when you choose to say, you know what, I have a goal and this workout is tough. However, I can get through it. Your attitude now is in the positive. You can have a range between negative and positive. Your job is to choose whatever one you want. We're going to support whatever you choose because it's your own choice. Now, here's an example. Sophia Shiramonte last weekend at the California Winter Championships wasn't jumping as far as she wanted to jump. This is our fifth track meet this season for the Winter Championships, and she was jumping 17.7. In my mind, I'm watching her jump. I'm seeing she's battling herself mentally. I'm seeing that she is not finishing her motions. However, she jumped 17 feet 7 inches. Her personal best is 18.6. She has never jumped 17.7 from a short approach. That is her personal best. However, she didn't realize that. She looked at it as, I'm not jumping 18 feet 6 inches or better, which we jumped 18.6 when we were all the way through season. We had been training for so long, and that was her peak. Well, she's not in her peak. She's just learning and developing, and it just takes time. However, she didn't have a good competition in her mind. So she was frustrated. I then had her go over to high jump and compete in high jump. She had been jumping 5'2" all season. In the winter, attempting at 5'4". I expected her to jump 5'4", and realistically, 5'2" was the winning jump. So she had a chance to win the competition. Now, she went over to high jump, and she wasn't mentally prepared. She brought over her attitude from the negative that was in the long jump over to high jump. Then she actually did her competition. She did all three jumps, and before you know it, she no-hided. That was her first time ever no-hiding. She just failed right out of the competition, and she was entered in to jump the triple jump. However, I decided to not allow her to triple jump because she needed to figure out and understand what really happened. Why did she no-hide? Why did she find herself in this negative mind space? All that was her fault. I wanted her to go home with that failure in her head, not to be malicious, but to have her learn the value of your actual thought and the value of your attitude and how that pertains to your performance. Long jump was over. Let's just say she had a horrible day in long jump. It was over. Nothing else you can do about it. She has two other events that she can do. She walked into long jump with she walked into high jump with a long jump mentality. Issue is, it showed. So now that can't happen. I explained that to her before she left. I let her know that I'm deliberately putting her with this, I guess, bad thing to swallow home, but that's what she had to learn. And these track meets, the winter season, that's what they're for. They're for learning and development. So the great thing about it is every week we do a motivational Monday. Because of the holiday and our busy schedule, we did a Words of Wisdom Wednesday. And Sophia led that conversation. And I wanted her to utilize this time to talk to our team and use attitude because she just experienced it. She gave a great speech. I wish I would have recorded it, but basically she understands what I was saying. She now understands it to the point to where she was able to teach others, and she added in a lot of stuff. One piece she added in was that last year Sophia was the go-to girl. She was the best long jumper on the team. Matter of fact, she broke the modern day school record, and she jumped 18.6 and a quarter. She was a sophomore. She made it to state. She had everything looking forward. She was MVP of the team. A lot of accolades. And then now Dominique Rotolo is back. She is a 19-foot long jumper. Jade had already jumped 18.2. She hit a PR that same weekend. So now Sophia's faced with adversity, and she chose to put her own pressure on herself, which is why she had the issues at the track meet, which is why that whole day was a bad day, because she's looking around at everyone else. And she was the one that actually said this on her own, which was huge. And the fact that, I saw it, but she was able to see it and make the adjustments and mature from that at a ripe age of 17, 16. And now going in through her junior year, she understands these things. So now I assume that this will never happen ever again. I'm pretty sure I'll have to remind her a couple times, but the good thing about it is we won't have too many of these situations from her, and then her teaching her athletes, the kids who look up to her, the freshmen and sophomores, they're going to be able to see what it takes. And on top of that, she's a team captain. She's one of the very few junior team captains on the team, and she has a lot of experience already. Now, it's great that we see the problem. The topic is attitude, but now what's next? How do we provide a solution? Well, here is the solution for if this resonates within you, if this is a topic that you feel is something that you deal with all the time. Well, the first thing is setting goals. You want to set goals, not just mentally. You want to write them down. Now, obviously, we'll have our year goals. The year goal is to, jump really far and have a happy season. Maybe our 5-year goals would be to graduate high school or college or whatever. But you also want to work on some short-term goals. You could have monthly goals. The monthly goals are going to make sure you're on pace for those yearly goals. But what I think is even more important is setting weekly and daily goals. Now, what weekly goals do is kind of keep you in check. It gives you something to look forward to, but it's not too far down the line. Again, monthly goals, it's like each month is 30 days from now. I got time to get there. Weekly goals, it's like, okay, every week I gotta get things going. So by the time I get to Wednesday, it's already halfway through the week. I gotta make sure that I'm hitting my positions with whatever my goals are. Now, daily goals are really what holds you accountable. Daily goals don't have to be, you know, break the world record. Excuse me. But there's something that's very simple, as in wake up on time, get to class on time, spend 10 more minutes studying, try hard today at practice. Those goals are very simple. But then when you get home and you see that you accomplished the goals of waking up on time or, working hard at practice, it's great. And the good thing about it is you remember your daily goals. You may not remember your monthly goals when you're 6 months down the line. You forget these things. But a daily goal, you might say, hey, you know what? I did work hard today. Or when you're trying out and working out, you can say, you know what? Keep working hard because that's my goal for today. All these things shift your mental state and they shift the way you're thinking because you're reminding yourself not to think better. You're reminding yourself that you're doing a good job. And when you praise yourself or anybody, that person is going to feel good. When you tell yourself good job, you feel good about it. Now, when it comes to the physical body, you have chemicals that release within your body. When you feel bad, you release the bad chemicals. When you feel good, you release the good chemicals. And the bad chemicals actually do more damage in the long term. They, create higher levels of stress for your body. They literally can create diseases within your body. It's not good. And when your body is in this fight or flight mentality or space for a long time, you're going to deplete. You're going to falter somewhere. And that's where injuries happen. The first symptom of a disease is just getting sick, being physically tired, mentally tired. That's a symptom that tells you your body's at a disease. You need to simply rest. Sickness is telling you go sit down. Cramps are telling you go sit down. You're overworking. But many times people run through cramps. They just continue working when your body's telling you stop. Cramps lead to injuries. Stress leads to injuries. Make sure that you're balancing your life out with great things that allow you to be happy. If you're living a stressed life, first thing, change your mentality on, is it really a stress? Is it really in the way? Now, the next part is physically remove the stress out of your life. Can you? If you can, get it out. If you can't, change the way you think. Then from there, give yourself time to balance things out. Maybe you have a hobby. Maybe you read a book. Maybe you just find yourself in better places. Hang with better friends. All these things are options and solutions. Now, on the positive side is when you're always hearing good job, when you're always hearing, keep it up. You're doing a great job. Thank you for your friendship. Whatever it is, do it. If you don't hear that now, find friends, do things that they will say thank you for. Tell your coaches, you know what, coach, I'm going to work hard this week. I want you to watch me and see how much I improve. Then at the end of the week, ask your coach, hey, coach, how did I do? Did you see improvement? If they saw improvement, they're going to say yes. Then you're going to say, good, I met one of my goals, I feel better. Or your coach might even say, good job. All these things are very simple that are ways to change the way that you experience your own life and the way to help you adjust your attitude. So at the end of the day, that's my conversation with attitude. Having a better attitude will reflect in your results. I haven't seen anyone have a bad, horrible day but win the lottery or have a bad, horrible day and hit new PRs. Success breeds success. Happiness breeds happiness, not the other side. That's it for today. See you next time.
Hey guys, thank you for your support. Over the past 6 years, I've uploaded hundreds of training videos, blogs, teaching tips, and more to help improve your ability as a coach and athlete. I've seen great success in you all, and it's really exciting to be a part of. Now, I need your help. I need financial backing for these services. With every service, there are operation costs. In this situation, cameras, microphones, editing software, and most importantly, time. It's kind of like getting a free meal at your favorite restaurant and tipping your waiter. Well, I'm your waiter. Your donation will be greatly appreciated and will go to use immediately. I'll be accepting donations often, and all amounts are welcome. Thank you.